Hey guys, YouTuber 100 here, and yeah, it's been a while since I have made a video. I've made a video in about like 4 weeks now. Yeah, it's just been like kind of a crazy time lately because I've like kind of like had a family situation going on as of late, and and of course, plus also there's this whole quarantine stuff going on right now because of the coronavirus. Yeah, this coronavirus stuff is just like getting like really freaking crazy. Like everything is like being like closed down for now. I mean here in Arizona, like we've got like just like all of our like every like restaurant stuff has been like closed down from dine in and stuff, and and even like other places have been closed down as well for the time being while this whole thing is going on. Yeah, so yeah, this has just been like a really crazy time over the last few weeks. Yeah, but yeah, I'm finally back now with another video. Yeah, yeah, and I'm gonna like try to really like make more videos now. Yeah, it's just been like a real crazy time, and yeah, and it's still going on right now. But yeah, while this is still going on, I'm still like gonna try to like really like get back into things and really like make more videos now. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, and I'm back now, and yeah, and I figured what I would do in this video is just like do a little something I thought was kind of interesting. It's going to be something like kind of Spider-Man related. And what this is really going to be is just I'm going to count down what I think the top 5 alternate Spider-Men are. What I mean by that is, of course, like throughout like Spider-Man's history, whether you're going about like comic books and even like in TV shows and even of course movies like Spider-Verse, just throughout like Spider-Man's history, there have been like a lot of like different Spider-Men, and over the years, that really is not just like the traditional Peter Parker type of Spider-Man. Because there have been just like several other Spider-Men that have been created ever since the original release of Spider-Man. And so and what I'm going to do for this video is I'm just going to count down what I think the top 5 best alternate Spider-Men are. Now, what I mean by that is just like Spider-Man that really are not just like the traditional, like regular Peter Parker type of Spider-Man. I'm not really like really sticking to like just Spider-Man that aren't Peter Parker because there have been like other like different type of variations of like the Peter Parker as Spider-Man that are like from like different sort of dimensions and stuff, like similar to like the ones that were in the Spider-Verse movie, like Peter Parker and Spider-Man Noir and Spider-Man like that. So Peter Parker Spider-Man are still like eligible for this top 5 list, but what I'm really just like saying is just like Spider-Man that really are just like not really just like the traditional like Peter Parker like original red and blue Spider-Man that like people really just immediately think of when they do think of Spider-Man. And the reason like this is just like a top 5 to like a top 10 or top 20 or anything is just because I'm not really like too familiar with like all the like different type of Spider-Man that are not Peter Parker and stuff, and just like other like type of Spider-Man in general. I'm really just like most familiar with just like the regular Peter Parker type of Spider-Man. But I do know like some of them, that really are just like not like the traditional regular Peter Parker Spider-Man. So so this is why it's just really a top 5 because I'm just really not too familiar with this subject. But there there are like quite a few of them. So so this is just going to be like what I think the top 5 alternate Spider-Men are. So okay, so now let me just get started with this list. All right, so so at number 5, kicking off this list is Spider Girl, who was Peter's daughter, Mayday Parker. So in this dimension, Spider Girl or Mayday Parker is of course Peter's daughter, and how this came about is like in this in this dimension of Spider-Man, yeah, um, yeah, Peter ends up like marrying Mary Jane, and they do have a daughter who they name May after, of course, Aunt May. They also like labeling her as Mayday, and yeah, Peter ends up retiring as Spider-Man after like a fight with the Green Goblin cost him a leg. And then yeah, when Peter and focuses on family with Mary Jane and May, like for several years they really don't like tell May about who Peter really was, but then like she eventually does discover the truth when like she ends up up um um fo- coming with her own spider powers. Yeah, she developed her own sense of spider powers, and then yeah, she then discovered the truth about her father that Peter was when Spider-Man, and when the Green Goblin's grandson ends up like trying to restore the family name, she does the same and then takes over the role of Spider Man. But only this time she's called Spider Girl. So yeah, and yeah, she's pretty much like under the guidance of Peter and Mary Jane in this world. So yeah, I do think it is pretty interesting that Peter's daughter ended up like taking the Spider-Man mantle and pretty much like carrying on her father's legacy. Yeah, and yeah, this really just does sort of like remind me of kind of like a Batman Beyond in a sense because yeah, Peter ends up like retiring after an accident, similar to like how Bruce Wayne ended up retiring as Batman. And yeah, yeah, of course it's different because Terry McGinnis wasn't, of course, like Bruce's son, while here May is Peter's daughter. So yeah, it is like interesting that she is like taking on the family name rather than like somebody like Miles Morales or like another like sort of successor to Peter in another dimension and in another Spider-Man universe. Yeah, so I do think that it is pretty interesting to see like her like taking on the family name, and yeah, and her costume it is overall like pretty much the same as a Peter Spider-Man costume. It is just like seems like skinnier and just pretty much a women's size Spider-Man suit. So yeah, I do really like the idea of Peter's daughter really taking over the role for him after he retires. So yeah, and I do like that, and I think it is an interesting concept. So yeah, so I really just don't know what else to say. Just I really do like this idea of Peter's daughter taking over the role of Spider-Man when he retires. So yeah, just really not much else to say about it. So yeah, so at number 5 is Spider Girl, Earl, and May Parker. Yeah. All right. At number 4 is Spider-Man Noir. So yeah, Spider-Man Noir, he is still Peter Parker. But this is like in another sort of dimension of Spider-Man because yeah, in this like universe, like this is taking place during the Great Depression, and it is like a much different Spider-Man suit than the original one. Really, it's all black with like the hat and stuff. Yeah, pretty much like sort of like a detective style Spider-Man suit, and yeah, it really just is like a suit that really just bears no resemblance to the original Spider-Man suit whatsoever, and it is like pretty different from like a lot of the other Spider-Man suits. And yeah, and I get the sense that this suit was probably what influenced the stealth suit in Far From Home, because yeah, the stealth suit really does look very similar to this one. And not just because like it's all black, but of course like you have sort of like the goggles for the eyes and stuff, and yeah, and I just can see like a very big resemblance between this one and the stealth suit from Far From Home. Yeah, and of course Spider-Man Noir was in the Spider-Verse movie, so yeah, and yeah, you can see like he does sort of have like a different real sort of like personality from the like regular Peter Parker Spider-Man. Yeah, so how yeah he was like brought up his uncle Benjamin. Yeah, and so yeah, and there was like some other differences between this type of Spider-Man and the traditional Spider-Man. Man, and so yeah, and I just really do like this concept also of like just Spider-Man taking place during the Great Depression. Actually, yeah, I don't really know like too much like surrounding the Spider-Man Noir story, so I can't really like go really like much into that. But yeah, I still really do like this concept of Spider-Man taking place in like the Great Depression, just like, and it's still Peter Parker, just like pretty much like Marvel really like just giving a different take on the Peter Parker story or in a different time. So yeah, I think that's really creative. Yeah, and I really do like the costume as well. So yeah, like I said, I really don't know too much about like the story surrounding it and like what the story is in the comics, but yeah, I really do overall still like this idea, and I like the costume. So yeah, so at number 4 is Spider-Man Noir. All right. At number 3 is Spider Gwen or Spider Woman, whichever one you want to call her. Yeah, and this is Gwen Stacy. Yeah. So yeah, this is actually like set in a different dimension as well, where like this time it's Gwen Stacy that's bitten by the spider and not Peter Parker, and so yeah, she takes on the role of Spider Woman in this one, and yeah, in this dimension, Peter Parker ends up becoming the Lizard. So yeah, so and pretty much like the same events in this universe still do happened had happened in the like original Spider-Man story. It's just like they happen to different people. Yeah, and yeah, then when Peter ends up like dying, or Gwen's end up framed for the death. Yeah, she is like blamed for the death of Peter Parker, but yeah, she is like trying to clear her name by pretty much like fighting crime and just protecting the city with the help of Commissioner Stacy, as he's known in that world, rather than Captain Stacy. So yeah, and yeah, her costume is like really like something that really makes her really famous as well, because yeah, she kind of like has like a white and uh kind of reddish or pinkish type of webbing in the costume. Yeah, yeah, and yeah, it's also like with a hood. Hood, yeah, a hood is included in her costume. So yeah, so yeah, the costume for her is like something that really does make her very recognizable. As well, and of course, like in her world, there's this like a whole bunch of like characters that are very interesting and memorable as well. So Marvel really did do a good job with her, making her like very popular and well known, and just like really like taking a different take on it once again, like Spider-Man Noir, by like still having like everything that people do know in Spider-Man still go on, but just having the different characters like Peter Parker becoming the Lizard, and her being the one bitten by the spider instead of Peter. So yeah, so it is like interesting and creative that they really did like play around with some elements of the original story to happen to different people, and really like give her a costume that really does make her stand out and make her very recognizable and popular. So yeah, so there's really not too much I can say about it. Just yeah, she is like one of the more popular non-Peter Parker Spider-Man out there. So at number 3 is Spider Gwen or Spider Woman, whatever you want to call her, because yeah, she's known by like quite a few names when it comes to like her spider name. She's called like Spider Woman by some, Spider Gwen by others, and Spider or Ghost Spider is another one of the names she's known by. So yeah, depending on what you want to call her. But yes, yeah, I really like know her most as a Spider Gwen, so that's what I refer to her as. So yeah, number 3 is Spider Gwen. All right. All right. And number 2 is Miles Morales. So yeah, Miles Morales is probably the most popular not Peter Parker Spider-Man out there, and I'm sure like some people, quite a lot of people would like place him as the greatest alternate Spider-Man. And yeah, what can I really say about Miles Morales? I mean, he's kind of like another one that is sort of like similar to Batman Beyond, how like he was like recruited or something by Peter as a trainee. And yeah, he did like after Miles got bitten by a spider like Peter did. Like Peter took him under his wing, and Peter Miles like kind of like became Peter's protege, and Miles really didn't want the responsibilities of being Spider-Man, just like Peter didn't when he first became Spider-Man. But yeah, then after Peter ended up being killed by the Green Goblin, that's when Miles then fully took on the role and then became the new Spider-Man. So yeah, so I mean, I'm sure that just about everybody knows the Miles Morales story, so I really don't think I need to go into it, because of course, like just like in the Spider-Verse movie, movie, and if you played like the PS4 Spider-Man game, there's a little bit of it in that. And of course, like there's been like some TV shows with Miles Morales in them, and just all this other stuff going on. So yeah, I'm sure a lot of people really do know about the Miles Morales story. So I don't really think I need to go into that. But yeah, Miles Morales, he really is like a one of the greatest um alternate Spider-Man, and of course, like he's like one of the more like a Hispanic type of Spider-Man, and yeah, and he has like a like a black and red Spider-Man costume. So yeah, it is like very different. Well, not really different, but yeah, the colors are different from like they're pretty much like reverse colors from Peter Parker or Spider-Man. Yeah, and yeah, just yeah, he's just like one of the most popular ones out there. Just that when people really do think of like alternate Spider-Man, he's probably the one that will really like come to people's minds first. So yeah, just so I really don't know what else I can say about Miles Morales. Just yeah, he is just like one of the most popular alternate Spider-Man that there are. So I just really don't know what else to say. So yeah, number two is Miles Morales Spider-Man. All right, and at number one, who I think the best alternate Spider-Man is, yeah, a lot of people would probably go with Miles Morales, but I do have like one more. I do think that there is one greater, and that is Spider-Man 2099. So yeah, just I really do like Spider-Man 2099. I really just think he's awesome. Yeah, this is like Miguel O'Hara in the year of 2099. Yeah, he's become the new Spider-Man because yeah, Miguel O'Hara was a uh, Genesis, and as he was like trying to recreate the original Spider-Man abilities, he ended up like suffering a similar accident and have his DNA was like rewritten with like a spider's genetic DNA, and then yeah, he became the new Spider-Man. And then yeah, and everything of course in his time is more futuristic, and yeah, he has like of course like a futuristic Spider-Man suit, which just looks awesome. Like the blue suit with like the spider skull on it, and he has like the red gauntlets on his arm. Just yeah, his costume is just like so freaking awesome. And I really would say that this is probably like aside from like the classic Spider-Man suit, who I think that this is probably my favorite Spider-Man costume ever. I just love this costume, and yeah, and just yeah, Miguel O'Hara just as Spider-Man 2099. He is just like really awesome. Just his costume is just like so freaking awesome, and I just really do like that they really did make it like so futuristic, having it take place in pretty much like a 100 years into the future. Yeah, and it just looks like yeah, yeah. I just think that's a real creative idea, and yeah, just what he does. Like I don't really know like too much about the story in the comics with Spider-Man 2099, but yeah, he's been in like some Spider-Man TV shows. Like he was in the was it Ultimate Spider-Man? He was in was it yeah was it like the Ultimate Spider-Man series he was in? Yeah, and of course he's been in some like Spider-Man games like Shattered Dimensions and stuff, and yeah, even like in the PS4 game, his costume is one of the costumes you can like unlock in the game. Yeah, and of course, like in this upcoming sequel to the Spider Verse movie, it will likely feature him given the post credit scene. Yeah. Yeah, and I would just really like to see like an actual like Spider-Man 2099 movie made one of these days. I would just really like to see a movie like set around him. So yeah, just like Spider-Man 2099, he just is like awesome. So yeah, I really just hope that we can really see him like in an actual movie someday, not just like this Spider-Verse sequel, but like if we can see an actual Spider-Man 2099 movie, I would really love to see that. So yeah, so I don't really know what else to say about it. Just yeah, I just really do love the concept and the costume, and just yeah, and I just really would like to see just this more of him like in film. So yeah, will we ever get this? Only time will tell. But yeah, regardless, yeah, I just really do like Spider-Man 2099. I really do think he is the best alternate Spider-Man. So yeah, and number one is Spider-Man 2099. All right, and so and those are my top five alternate Spider-Man. So yeah, so I hope you guys did like enjoy my list. Yeah, and yeah, if there's like an ultimate alternate Spider-Man that you like that I didn't have on this list, comment on my channel and tell me like what who your favorite alternate Spider-Men are, because yeah, there are like a lot of alternate Spider-Men that have been created. So yeah, if I didn't include your favorite on this list, comment on my channel and tell me who your favorite alternate Spider-Men are. All right. So yeah, but yeah, so I guess that's all I can really say. Yeah, again, so yeah, so I guess that does it for this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this list, and yeah, like I said, I am gonna try to get more back into things and really try to make more videos for you guys, even with this quarantine stuff going on right now. Hopefully it'll end soon. Yeah, only time will tell to see how long this stuff will go on. Yeah, but I just really hope that it ends soon. Alright, so yeah, but anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.